Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, we've got more drainage jobs to take you on. I play golf in the middle of the week at a networking event of ours, and I am here today to speak to our local MP to finally get some recognition for our cleaning staff. Let's roll the footage. Good morning, team JCD. Hope everyone had a good weekend and enjoyed themselves and it was productive and all rested, ready for Monday. I am in the comfort of my car, as you can see. I had a little bit later start today. My wife had laser eye surgery done yesterday, and I had to not allowed to drive for so many hours. I had to drive her to an appointment, but I've dropped her back off, and I am out and about. Last week was mental. I was meant to have a quiet week, as I mentioned to you guys the early part of last week's episode, and it just didn't turn out that way. We just had lots of stuff on. Pretty reactive, to be honest, with grey water. I was out covering other bits and pieces. So this week, Sandeep is off on holiday. For those of you that are new to the channel or don't know, Sandeep is our office manager. She deals with a lot of our admin, finance, and all the bits and pieces in the office, and I just sort of farm that off to her. And I'd purposely kept these couple of weeks quiet for that reason. Because invoices still need to go out, customers still call with queries, there's still bits and pieces that need done. So I've tried to keep this week, well, last week and this week, relatively free. As I say, last week, that didn't happen, as we know. But we're a fresh week. Today, I am just local, catching up on some emails. I mentioned in last week's episode, I've got an interesting project coming up with another business of ours that I can't say too much about at the moment. But I've got some documents that I need to read through in readiness for that, and we're going to be doing a site visit to this particular contract in a couple of weeks' time, so that's going to be a super interesting project. Tomorrow I am with Adam all day. We're at the office all day. We're going to batch produce some of our weekly Dish in the Dirt, which is like a conversation starter we put on our social platform, so we're going to be batch producing content for that. Wednesday I am at a directors networking event that I go to, run by our colleague and friend Alan Pickerel. You may have seen on our channel we went to his golf day, so Adam will put a link to that video in this screen somewhere. Alan runs a networking event which is for directors, and it's generally over around the golf, and then there's some networking after. To be honest with you, networking's an interesting one for me. It's not something I enjoy. I don't actually enjoy going to networking events, but it's a necessary evil. I think it's something. There's times when I meet people, and this happened to me last week. I met a customer that I had never spoken to face to face for grey water drainage, and actually having those conversations face to face, it's actually developed our relationship, built a little bit more trust and rapport, and as a result, hopefully we'll be working with that company a lot more. And there's some good guys at this particular event. People who you know we speak to regular, made some good friends and good connections out of that. So we're doing that Wednesday. Thursday I've left open because Friday this week we have a big appointment. For those of you that don't know, during the COVID pandemic, cleaners were still not classed as key workers, and we're still to this day not classed as key workers. We contribute billions of pounds to the UK economy, and I think it's by time we got some recognition. Now, there is an APPG, which is an all-parliamentary party group, I believe, that is set up for cleaning. I think it's been a bit stop-start, if I'm not mistaken. I know some of the leaders within our industry, you know, the likes of the British Cleaning Council, BICS, etc., have been trying to get in touch with local government to try and get around the table and discuss how cleaners are viewed and just a little bit more recognition for our industry, and to advise them on the cleaning standards moving forward. If the COVID pandemic has not given us anything, it's made us realise how important cleanliness is to stop transmission. So that seems to be gaining a little traction. I think it's actually picked up a little bit more since I actually made the initial inquiry. But I inquired to my local MP, a little bit of a complaint really. I said to her, like, look, you know, this doesn't seem to be gaining much traction. We had the Sue Gray report, which wasn't favourable to the government in terms of how they treated their cleaning staff at Downing Street. And I said, look, this is not acceptable. And she agreed with me, and she said, look, can we meet face to face to discuss how we can possibly work together to gain a little bit of recognition. So that is this Friday. It's an hour-long meeting, so I am going to be doing a little bit of prep work for that. So, you know, that's a super interesting one, and I'll let you guys... I'm going to get Adam to come along with me on that one. He's not allowed to film the event, but we're going to take some pictures after. So maybe Adam can chuck them up on the screen Friday once we've done, and we'll let you know how that goes and what happens out of that. That's going to be a super interesting meeting. So I'm just prepping some facts and figures for that, because we always want to be talking facts, you know, and see what we can develop out of that one. Greywater, there's a few bits and pieces going on this week. Luckily, that doesn't involve me, not at the moment. And the good news is we have some progress with recruiting. So some of the gaps we've got now, we have filled, and we have new starters in there. So we'll just monitor them over the next couple of weeks. But hopefully that will be some majority of our gaps filled now. I say it takes a little bit of time, but we've got there with a bit of perseverance. So I don't need to be going out and supporting any of our sites with cleaning this week, which is only a good thing. So that's going to give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on this week. There's not much on today, as I say, because I have had to take most of this morning off to taxi my wife around, but that's what good husbands do, and that is one of the plus sides of having your own business. You are a little bit flexible in terms of the days and times that I work. That is a plus of having a business. So sometimes I run it down and say, oh, it's tough, it's negative, etc. It does have its pluses, which one of them is time management. I can create my own diary, clients' demands depending. So yeah, I've just headed out, just do a few maintenance bits and pieces, and now I'm going to head back home and carry out some emails and catch up with some quotes that I need to do, and any bits and pieces while Sandeep is off. So not much going on today on Monday, guys, but we've got a super interesting week the rest of the week. That wraps up Monday, and I'll see you and Adam bright and early at JCD HQ. Ready? What's today? Tuesday. Good morning, gang. It's Tuesday. Adam's joined me as planned. I know we're about 5-6 days late, but there we go. Sometimes it happens. Slight change of plan. I've had a trainer's job come in yesterday. So we're down in Faversham. We've got a lady that's got a block sink. Adam's joined me. He's going to be following me around this morning. And then once we finish this, we're going to head back to HQ as we've got some content to put down. We're going to batch film our dish in the dirt for our social channels. We usually do that 4 or 5 episodes at a time, and then we've got them over 4 or 5 weeks. But first we've got to deal with this. So let's go and knock on the client's door, see what the issue is, and get her flowing again. Let's go.
There's drain in here. I've got the big ones as well.
Right.
Those are the ladders ones. There's, where that plant is, I think that would be the main drain.
Oh,
for
over
the
there,
house.
yeah. Right, lovely.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't move the...
No, don't be silly. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. Screwdrivers. 1, 2. Right. I'll get some tools, get the cover up, and see what the problem is. It'll be off one of these 2 top ones, isn't it? Lots of roots in there, though, isn't there? Right, we'll go and flush the toilet. Go and see what's happening inside. That one's leaking. Right, I'll go inside and flush the stuff.
When that all filled up, then that would take ages. This morning it gurgled up. That's
right.
And yeah, that's going down now, but it just gradually goes down.
Right, okay. Okay, fine. Right, so when you flush that, it comes out here.
Yeah.
But nothing. No. Nothing's. There's no problem downstairs, is there?
No.
Right, oh, fine. Okay.
Well, at the moment.
Yeah. All right then.
Yeah.
It's only me. The worst block, I hate doing these, to be honest. I'm not a fan of internal blockages. So we've got a flex shaft machine, we'll put that down. What it does is basically a cable that spins round, we'll put that in and it will go down the stack. And if there's an obstruction, it'll grab hold of it or it'll clear it. So, let's go. Run down and check something. It's got to be up one of these, isn't it? So what we'll do, we'll get don't seem to be clearing with the flex shaft. So we'll get a camera out, we'll put it up this hole. I reckon it's this one. I reckon this one feeds there. So we'll put it up here and see if we can see up the stack and see if there's something there. Because the flex shaft, because it's so thin, there is something obstructing it. Sometimes it can pierce past it, and there might still be an obstruction in the line. So I'll go and grab the camera and we'll go from there. See what we can see. I think we found where the blockage is. It seems to be quite local to here, so what I'll do, I'll get another set of gloves on, I'll get a jetter out, I'll run a jetter up there and see what it brings back. There's definitely some tissue in there that we've pulled out, so let me run and grab the jetter. It's starting again. This is what happened last week. This particular job, it looks like the drain is displaced. So what I mean by displaced is drain should connect simply like that. This one seems to be over at about 11 o'clock, quite badly as well. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to get the jetter through there, try and clear it out so I can see better with the camera. But if it is, and I feel a bit guilty for this one. The plumber rang me yesterday, who I know, and said, "Oh, I've got an old client. You know, I don't want no one taking the mick out of her." And I've come here, and I'm going to say, "Oh, it needs a repair," which it generally does. We'll put the footage from the camera on here, but I feel bad for the lady. So we'll quickly try and jet it out. I've had another customer call me. I don't know. We'll have to sort something out with that because I can't keep interrupting the plans to put some content down. That's important, and we need to do that. So yeah, let's get this one done and then we'll see what the rest of the day entails. Missed it. Could hear it going. All right. Well, that's the good news. Right. Well, the good news is we've cleared the blockage. The bad news is the drain is badly displaced. I was sort of, in my own mind, hoping that that wasn't the foul drain, but it is, which means it's badly displaced. Probably not even 15% flow rate going through it, 20%, which is not good. So I will put the jetter up there, give it a little wash out, and then we will put the camera up there and get a bit of a picture for the lady, and then we'll have to go from there. But it is going to need a repair. See what I mean? That's the pipe there, and it's dropped down, isn't it? That's why it's getting blocked. That there,
Yeah.
that is your drain, right? So what's happened is this top part has slipped down. So your flow, if you look there, You've only probably got about 25% flow. This is why you're getting blocked. This pipe should be connected to the top bit up here, so it should sit flush like that.
Yeah.
So this needs a repair.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's why you keep getting blocked. So we've cleared it for now. It's flushing,
Yeah.
but that's bad, and so bad that it will need a repair. Otherwise, it's gonna keep getting blocked. Because what happens is tissue will just keep coming. It's just hitting this wall here,
Yeah.
and it's not going to come through. So, because the lady is slightly older, just asked her if usually I call their son or daughter or whichever it may be, because we're not in the game of ripping anyone off. Drains you can't really see. To try and tell someone of an older generation what's going on, they don't really understand, and that's not what we're about at Greywater. So the lady's son-in-law's come round, we've explained what's happened. Effectively, the drain is badly displaced. This is a shared line, so I've told them to try and ring the local water board first, because that, if they can get them to do it, it won't cost them any money. They'll do it for nothing, and obviously they don't want to have to pay us repair bills. So, you know, maybe cutting your nose off, but you know, our reputation is worth more than a few pounds and pence. So we'll see how they get on. I've had another call, another client of ours. Repeat blockage. They keep putting stuff down the drains. They wash down. They take the Acco drain covers off, and then they wash down, and they let everything go down the drain. And then they wonder why it blocks. So we're going to have to head over there at some point today, and we're going to put some content down, even though I look slightly messy. So let's pack up, and then we'll go to wherever we decide to go next. Is that all done? So, it's turned into one of those weeks again. We are at a job in Sevenoaks, which we have been to before. The problem with this one is, inside, oh, seconds out, inside, they take the buckets out the Acco drains and then wash down and then wonder why bits and pieces get stuck in the drains. So, I know this job. I know where it blocks, so we'll go and clear it, hopefully relatively quickly. So this line has two lines. It has a line that serves inside that runs along, and then it basically, the foul line goes that way and it drops on top of it. And what they do is they get bits of polystyrene that are from the boxes and it blocks up, but they just won't listen. I've been to this job about 5-6 times in the space of 3 months. I've advised them, told them what to do. I've cameraed the line, there's definitely nothing in it, but they don't listen. So they have to pay the bills. Well, come here, look at this. Look. And to say that tees into the other drain that runs underneath. So if you imagine you get that going down that drain line, just sitting there like that, it's going to build up. But what do we know, eh? I'm stubborn today. Sometimes it goes really quick, sometimes it takes a little bit. Oh. We'll try one more time for luck. All right? Wish us luck. Come on, come on. Come on to the drainage gods. Hey! There is a God. Yep, she's gone. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. Look at the shit in it though. Done. Does usually go with a bit of rod. But as I say, this will be a reoccurring thing, to be fair, unless they encourage their guys not to use the drains properly. That's what them guards are there for at the end of the day, to stop bits and pieces like that getting in the drain line. Done. I'm going to show the customer that that bucket with some of that stuff in it. but it's going to keep happening unless they change the way they work. It's clear, it's clear, it's clear. Done. Perseverance with that one. Right, lovely. Job done, 10 minutes. Let's go and show the customer this. And then we're off. So we're back at a sports centre that we've been to a couple of times now. They've got a shower here. They're moaning that they have had flies. Now, we surveyed the drains and there was lots of like sludge from body fat, people using the drains all the time. This is a sports centre, a busy sports centre. So we've jetted out all the lines. This was in a previous episode. They're saying that there's flies back there now. Now, every time I've been here, I can't see the flies. They're never there, but they've washed them down in the morning. There's a vent above us, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to check that vent and then we'll re-survey the drain lines and see what we can find. But if there's only one drain that is in this particular shower, so if there was lots of flies coming out, I would suspect to see sort of activity around that drain, and I can't see any. So I'm going to check the vent, we'll check the line, and yeah, we'll just have to keep maybe coming back to this one until we find a solution. So it does smell a bit though, doesn't it? Let's camera it, eh? So as I mentioned, we've been to this job before. I've checked inside. Problem is I can come here and never see any flies because they've cleaned up. So I mean the line's still clean, so I'm not quite sure what to suggest with this one, if I'm honest. I can't see anything visually in there, in the drains. I can't see, I've checked the ducting above, it's very dirty, but I can't see any evidence of any flies or anything like that. So we'll chuck the jetter up there, give it a jet out again, and it's a case of just we'll have to keep an eye on it, I think. Might have to speak to one of our pest control friends, see if they got any advice. There's another one there, another join there. Chuck another one down, just see if it comes out of that one maybe. In 3, 2, 1. Come out that branch? Yeah. It did, yeah? Right, perfect. So we know where that's coming from, so what we'll try and do, we'll try and manoeuvre the jetter so it goes up that branch there. Give it another clean out and we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, go from there. Let's get the jetter out. Turn that jet. Turn it on, lad. Some bleach in that. It's hot as well. So I've tipped the water down that one. So this particular customer, they are only having an issue in this area. It's concentrated to here. There's no evidence of flies in the drain. I'm a bit lost for this one, to be honest. What I'll do, luckily, at JCD Cleaning we deal with pest control quite often, so I'll speak with Adam, who deals with all of our pest control, and just see if he can give me a little bit of a steer. But I would suspect if it was coming from the drain there, you would see it. It's not in any other area, it's just in here. So yeah, slightly confusing one to be honest. Can't get this mano up because it's where it's been down for so long, it's all corroded, like the screws, etc. So unless we take that up, unless it's something to do with here, like that. Seems to be low level though, doesn't it? Any ideas, Ed? You're an expert.
Not a clue.
No, me neither. Yeah, we'll have to speak with Adam from our pest control company and see. It's warm in here though, isn't it? Very warm. So I wonder if that's something to do with it. But yeah, problem with showers is lots of body fat, all sorts get in these shower lines. When we first done these ones, they were full of sludge. We've jetted them all through, and they're still clean now. It was only about 5-6 weeks ago we done that. So I'll have a chat with the customer, see what he wants to do. The only other option is we do further investigation works and sort of take this up, but then it needs replacing. So it depends how far they want to go and how bad it is. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this job, I think. Let's go. So another day of chaos at JCD and grey water drainage. It's late afternoon now. Me and Adam are not going to be able to get back to film our Dish in the Dirts, but we're together on Thursday, so we have to push it back till then. I think today is just a prime example of what it can be like running a business. You've got a plan, you know what you're going to do, and it just goes out the window. So, you know, it's just something we have to deal with and roll with the punches as and when. So that wraps up Tuesday, guys. Tomorrow I am at a networking event all day, so I'll take you guys along to that. Thursday, me and Adam are together. We're doing a standalone video of job that the guys are on this week, and we're going to do that Dish in the Dirt at last, a week and a half later. And yeah, Friday, we'll see what happens then and see what happens in between, as we say. So that wraps up Tuesday. I'll see you guys bright and early. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, and today we have a different type of day on the agenda. I am a member of a networking group by the name of Directors Golf, which I enjoy a round of every now and then. What happens is we, directors of companies, get together and we play some fantastic courses all around the south of the UK. Alan Pickerel, who we done the Demelza Golf Day, which we've done a video for, so that'll be up in the corner for you guys to go and have a look at. He arranges that, and it's a great day. We get to play some fantastic courses. So this morning we are over in near Woking, Surrey, and we are playing one of my favourite courses, which is St George's Hill. The time is around 8:15. I believe we've got a 9:30 start today. So I'm looking forward to today. Always a good day. It's nice to catch up with everybody here, made some good connections through this group. So yeah, let's get the clubs out and then we'll go and have a round of golf. I'll take you guys around for that. Not too much running commentary, but I'll try and get some footage while we're out on the course. And yeah, it should be an interesting day. So let's get the clubs out and get going. I'll give you guys a little bit of an update on how it's going. We're on the 13th tee now. Absolutely fantastic day. The weather's brilliant. There's a little bit of a wind, but there's blue skies and the sun's out. Not playing too bad. I haven't played since the last video we done, which was the Demelza House Golf Day. I'm sure Adam put a link up in the corner. Yeah, really enjoyable day. I'm with Chris and Mandy, good company. So yeah, James didn't make it today as he's feeling unwell. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, it's a really good day. I say not playing too bad, which helps. Fantastic course, one of my favourite ones to play. So we'll keep on swinging and I'll update you guys how we got on at the end. Well, that wraps up the golf team. It was a good day. Unfortunately, we didn't come away with first prize on this occasion. Both the guys I played with, Chris and Andy, I played with Chris before, first time I met Andy. He's local to me actually, does workwear, so that's a good connection for us to have. Yeah, we all played really consistent. The day was lovely, the weather was good, which makes, you know, when you're all spraying balls all over the place, it can make for a bit of a rough day. But we was all playing really consistent, all played to our handicaps, which makes the day very, very enjoyable. So well done to the winners, well done to Alan, as always. It's a fantastic course over there at St George's Hill, one of my favourites, as I mentioned. So it's around 3 o'clock now, I've just finished. I'm now going to be heading back to Kent, where I have got my daughter's parents in this morning. So a bit of a relaxing day today, to be honest. Sometimes we get them, it's not all madness and chaos. There are days where, you know, you get the plus sides of running a business, like today, where we took the day off. The phone hasn't been that busy, which is always nice when you're out and playing golf. You know, you don't want the phone going, you've got to check it every now and then, get a bad email, whatever. It's been a relatively relaxed day, which I am pleased. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. So I'm on the way back and make good time. We miss all the traffic as well, which is ultra useful. So tomorrow I have a drainage survey at hospital first thing in the morning, but I'm going to get there nice and early and do that. And then I'm going to be meeting Adam at HQ, and we're going to be putting down some episodes of our Dish in the Dirt. And then we're also going to be filming a standalone video for you guys next week. We have got some ground maintenance and cleaning work that is going on tomorrow, so we're going to film that and put it in a standard episode of the Clean Sweep. So interesting week, varied, which is what we like to see on the channel and what we like to show you guys. So that's going to wrap up Wednesday, guys. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I will see you guys on that survey in the morning. Don't worry, I'm here. What's happening? Don't panic. The governor's here. Find it alright?
Eventually.
Yeah. There's a bit of a mystery over here, isn't it? We do the commercial cleaning down there. I'll do an update for weekly while I'm here because I didn't manage to film this morning.
Yeah.
So I have just got down to a contract in Chatham that we do. The customer has asked us to carry out a clean to their trailer park area where the boys, they do some landscaping, clear all the rubbish, because as we know, lorry drivers just like chuck their rubbish everywhere. This morning I was up early, don't worry, I haven't been in bed. I was down at the William Harvey Hospital in Ashford carrying out a completion survey. So they've done some work down there, this contractor that we work for, they've done some work, so they just have to give the client a drainage report just to make sure everything is okay. Adam will chuck some pictures up here. I've got some pictures down there. I didn't manage to film it this morning because again, I got there was quite a few people there and it just wasn't really the right thing to do, so I didn't manage to film it. Me and Adam are down here for the rest of the day. We're going to put down some content and a standalone video about what we're doing down here. I've got some lunch to go to with a customer, and then we are heading over to school to finally get down the second part of our ad that we've been meaning to do for a couple of weeks. Tomorrow we've got a super busy day. We are in the office doing some Dish in the Dirt, and we are meeting with our local MP. Finally, it's been put off a couple of times, but there's not a good time in politics in the UK at the moment, but we're finally meeting with Tracey Crouch, who is our local MP, about cleaners being key workers. But anyway, let's go and see what the boys are up to, and we'll get this video put down in this location. Let's go. Where are they? Turned into one of those weeks. We live?
Yep.
Live and direct in the place. I just had a catch up with the boys down at this particular job. I haven't seen this job, to be honest. I say we've got a customer that's over the road, but the tools they've got, it's just not going to cut it. I think it's a bit more than maybe no one's been to this job. They've just said, oh, it's some litter picking and clearing out some grass, but some of the bits are quite overgrown. So I'm just going to run around the corner and just get the boys some tools to use, better tools. As I say, then I've got to head off to a client meeting around 12 o'clock. These two are here all day. There's a couple of weeks work here, easy. It's quite a big area. It just shows that sometimes you're better off coming to survey it first and sort of not just taking a client's word on it, because they always just say, oh well, it's just litter picking around in a car park, which it may be on a day-to-day basis, but the stuff they want them to take out is massive. They need massive ton bags for the rubbish. So I'll run around and get them boys some stuff, and then we'll just crack on with here. Then, as I say, I've got some lunch to get to with a customer, and then me and Adam will be over at our school this afternoon filming our ad. So I'm going to head off, get some tools, and I'll catch you guys in a minute. So when you guys see me last, I was driving off into the sunset to go and get some more materials for the guys. Well, in my adventure, I went to the local shop that didn't have what we needed, because obviously garden is pretty seasonal, and we are in October, late October now, nearly in November. When I come back, or on the way back, the heavens opened for around 45 minutes. So we had to abandon the shoot because I had another appointment that I was already pushing my luck for time-wise. So I had to let Adam shoot off home. I then went back, helped the guys out for a little bit, and went to another client meeting that I had in the afternoon, although I was half hour late. It's just been one of those weeks again this week. It's a couple hours later now, it's about 4 o'clock. We are over at one of our schools. Me and Adam are going to get that ad finished. We filmed it the other week, but we wasn't quite happy with what would come out of it, so we're going to do it again this evening. So we'll spend the rest of the evening over here. The plan for tomorrow, in the morning, I have a drainage tank to go and do. It's a job we've been to before, so we know, so there's going to be no surprises of that one. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go over and meet Caitlin and Roger over at the job they were at today, and we're going to finish putting down that standalone video, get that wrapped up. That's no problem. Adam's got some B-roll of that, and I can do some talking pieces whilst I'm over there. And then we've got our important meeting with our local MP at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So I'm looking forward to letting you know how that goes. So that's going to wrap up Thursday, guys. A mishmash of a day, but we roll with the punches, and I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, Team JCD. We have made it to the end of the week again. It's Friday, a little bit windy this morning. It's about 8:30. I am over at a site in Sheerness. Kent, we've got a regular customer over here. We're just doing a tank empty. As you can see, I have the tank up behind me. So we've just got to do a couple of loads at this site, empty it out for the guy. We've been at this job before last week. Regular customer of ours, really nice guy, only local as well, which is always nice on a Friday. So I'm emptying out tanks here. Then what I've got to do, I've got to shoot home, quickly get changed, and then I'm going to meet Adam at the groundswork job that we were at yesterday. Yesterday was a bit of a crazy day again. We was all over the place. A bit of a stressful day, to be honest. So we're going to go meet Adam over there with Caitlin. We're going to put down a standalone video about some of our groundwork services that we do over there. And then at 1 o'clock, as I mentioned this week, I am meeting with our local MP to discuss how poorly or how badly cleaners are thought of in this country at the moment. We're still not recognised as key workers, even after the pandemic, which is shocking. There was several points to come out the Sue Gray report about how staff were treated at Downing Street and the various parties that Boris Johnson had. So yeah, I'm just going to go and have a discussion with her and see maybe if we can get a little bit of momentum behind, you know, just valuing our cleaning staff a bit more, whether that be recognised as key worker status or just engaging with the industry a little bit more. That would be ultra useful. So a busy day. Wife and kids are away this weekend, so I'm going to go out for some dinner with some friends and have a few drinks tonight, which I'm looking forward to. That should be good, especially after the manic couple of weeks that we have had. So I'm going to carry on emptying this tank, and then we will head over and meet Adam. So we have just finished up at this particular job. Only took about 3 loads out of it, so that's good going. The tank is now completely empty. There's a little bit of water in there because you always have to leave a little bit in. So I'm going to head back, get back in the other van, and then head home and make myself look presentable, ready for our next video, and then I'll meet him with an MP. So let's get back round to HQ. Well done. Ready? So we finished at the tank, and as I said, I have now gone home and made myself a little bit more presentable. We are back down at Chatham Docks. We come down here yesterday, but the weather was terrible. It's a little bit better today, still a bit cloudy. Kathleen and Roger have been down here all of yesterday. Kathleen's down here today. We have got to do the grounds maintenance in this entire lorry park. Now, it is a big area and we'll spread it over a couple of visits. This particular client is a regular client of ours. We do their commercial cleaning in their offices, but he's asked us if we can litter pick the whole car park, cut back some of the bushes, so it'll take us a few visits to do that because it's a big place. We're going to do a total standalone video here. It'll be episode 29 of the clean sweep, so make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for that one. Adam will put a link up in the top corner there. Once we finish putting this video down here, we are going to meet Tracey Crouch, our local MP, and talk about how she can support us getting some recognition for the cleaning industry. So a busy day today, an interesting day, so let's get this video put down and then we'll head over and see Tracey. Right, we'll find someone. It's them ones I need to get done. Wow.
How long is the travel from Maidstone
To where? Adam, a shout, action.
Yeah, just tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, go on.
Go. No, no, not like that. No. You're doing it wrong. Do the bushes.
He's the one with the big.
Yeah, the bushes, isn't it?
Yeah, but just that one bit.
Which one?
The top there.
This one?
No. No, the other way. What a wally. Just cut there.
Hey, man.
Ready?
Yeah.
So, some of the tools that we use on this job.
Actually well, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they're interested.
You know, I'm out of work, unfortunately, but as I was telling Adam on the way down here, this particular customer was one of the first customers that we ever got at JCD Cleaning when we went out on our own, and it's good to still have them with us after 8 years. What's been going on this week? A few bits and pieces. We've got some jobs that have overrun or have come back on us. You may remember we cleaned the bird mess at Loch Meadow. The contractors have gone back. They're working on a particular area. I think I did say in that video that really we need a little bit of direction in terms of this is the area that they're going to be working. It's hard to know what one to do. You end up doing it all, the whole roof. If you knew where the contractor was working, it would be easier, but because they've gone back there and apparently where they're working hasn't been done. So we're going to have to go back to that job on Tuesday, which is a bit of a pain in the backside because it's costing me money to send guys back there and we can't invoice anymore. And it's been a bit of a stressful week, to be honest. It's all over the place at the moment for no real reason, just sometimes how business goes. But hopefully next week it'll be a bit more settled. Sandeep's back in the office, so that'll take away some admin from me and I'll be a little bit more free to focus on what I should be doing, which is the sales, business development and marketing for the business. So we're going to carry on putting this video down and then we're going to jump over and see Tracey Crouch, our local MP, and see what she can help us with in our bid to start to get some recognition within the cleaning industry. But we'll do a totally separate video and outro about that. So let's carry on putting this video down and then we'll head over to Lawton. So me and Adam, we don't usually hang out in the back of lorries, but today we are. We find ourselves in all sorts of places and predicaments. So we just finished putting down our standalone video, a short video, to be honest, but you know, that's fine for viewing engagement. Nice and short, to the point, just a little bit about some of the grounds maintenance services that we provide customers. So that's going to wrap up here. We are now going to the garage to fill up the car, and then we are going to head over to near where I live actually, in Kent, Lordswood, and we're going to meet with our local MP Tracey Crouch. What are we trying to get out of this meeting? Hopefully the door won't hit us. Recognition, really. We've gone through a global pandemic. with cleaners not being key workers in an era where people are dying because they're becoming unwell from a virus. That the best way to stop viruses spreading is cleanliness. But people that are in the industry or providing cleanliness are not considered key workers. It's just ludicrous. It's like doing a maths sum saying 2 + 2 = 82. It just really doesn't add up or work out. So the number one thing we want is some recognition. A little bit late, don't get me wrong, because the pandemic's been and gone. But in the future, just a little bit of recognition that the guys that keep us moving, clean, safe, healthy in the cleaning industry are recognised, and they are of key importance to the UK nation. And plus, the UK cleaning economy is worth billions of pounds to the UK every year. So I think a little bit of recognition would go a long way. But we'll see what comes out of it, and we'll see how Tracey can help us. So let's jump back in the van. No, we're not in the van, we're in the car. We'll jump back in the car, go and fill it up, and let's get over to Lordswood and see what we can get out of this meeting. So we've just arrived at Kent Space, which is actually quite local to me. It's on an industrial estate in Lordswood where they rent out some office space. We have a meeting here with our local MP, who is a lady called Tracey Crouch, Conservative MP. I did vote Conservative in the last election, if I admit that on the camera today. So we're here, we are going to be discussing the All Parliamentary Party Group, which has been set up for the cleaning and hygiene industry. What is the goal of that? Well, it is to gain frontline recognition for cleaning staff as off the back of the global pandemic. But it's stalled majorly. I mean, we're 3 years on from the pandemic now nearly, and we still haven't got any recognition, and I think the All Parliamentary Group is slowly losing momentum, and the industry leaders, likes of Jim Melvin, British Cleaning Council, etc., are finding it difficult to actually engage with members of Parliament now, which is a real shame. I reached out to Tracey via email, just put our case forward about size of the industry, what we believe the problems are, how we're having problems with, since Brexit, the migration of people, because generally it's non-British nationals that work within the cleaning industry, and as I've mentioned on the channel several times, recruitment is at breaking level within the industry, and that's okay if it's just an office, but when you think about schools, doctors' surgeries, hospitals, to not have frontline staff there is catastrophic. So lots of stuff to talk about. We've just got here, we're going to head inside. I'm not sure what we can and can't film. Probably, they did say we couldn't film it, to be honest. But Adam's going to come in, we'll see if we can get some pictures, and then I will give you guys an update when I've finished. So let's head inside. So we've just finished at Kent Space with Tracey Crouch, as I mentioned, who is my local MP. How long has we been there, Ed? 45 minutes. So we had a chat for around 45 minutes, a variety of different things. You know, obviously she's never met me before, so a little bit of introduction of who we were, and then we discussed the All Parliamentary Group, the recruitment crisis that we're facing in the industry at the moment. So what's come out of that? Well, she has put a formal question to Parliament, which she can do. She's got an online system, which she's done in front of us there and then, to understand how the All Parliamentary Group is going and how we are getting along with cleaners gaining recognition as key workers. And I know that's retrospectively because the pandemic's finished, but just a little nod to cleaners to say, look, we appreciate you, thank you, and we know you're important. I think we'll go a long way within the industry. You know, we had the Sue Gray report, no one even bothered to apologise after that. It's just throwing mud in people's faces, you know, that frontline workers that have been in your hospitals, your schools, keeping them clean on a day-to-day basis, just a little nod to them and say, look, we appreciate you guys, we know how important you are. We discussed recruitment as well, which is a nightmare at the moment. Brexit doesn't help. A lot of people have gone home post-COVID and Brexit, so that's a whole different ball game, but that played into things. We spoke about how she could maybe help us with some recruitment locally, and she's going to make some introductions to some agencies that might be helpful to us. And she made some good suggestions about maybe getting together a group of people at a local level, because I think what we've tried to do is we've tried to do the All Parliamentary Group from the top down, and maybe we need to do it from the bottom up. So we've got our industry leaders, you know, lobbying government and speaking with government, and seem to be gaining little traction, but that's understandable. I was saying to Adam as we come out, in my heart of heart, I think as an industry we missed the boat, but I'll go into a little bit more detail about that when we're going to do a standalone video next week, where I'll probably talk for a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes, if I don't get too passionate and it goes on for half an hour. But yeah, an interesting day, pleasure to meet. So thank you for Tracy's time. I don't know if she'll see this, but thank you, Adam. We'll put some pictures up, and a useful 45 minutes. That wraps up the end of a very eclectic week. My wife is away, so I'm going to the pub and I can't wait. I will catch you guys in next week's episode. Make sure you like and subscribe for me, and I'll see you guys soon.